Hello everybody, this is Sonya. I got a parcel from AliExpress. There's 3 parcels in my parcel from AliExpress, so I'm going to open this for you first before we do anything else. Okay, hope you don't mind. We're going to have a look and see what we got, because when I order them, it takes a while, and then then they put them all in a parcel together for you. Oh boy, I got some of these. Goody. These are the things that you pull the elastic or something through with. If I can get it open. Actually, I think I've got them bought some on Temu. Oh no, I don't think so. I think they might be different. These are like a bodkin, I think. Maybe not quite the same, because they have a little ring, right? It pushes back there. You put whatever it is you're pulling on, the piece of string or cord or whatever that you're threading through, and you put it in there, right? And like this. We'll just get the end of a bit, eh? I'll show you properly how to work it. Okay. Now we're in Australia. We did half a video, I didn't like it, so I switched it off. So we're going to do this now today. We're going to play with my parcel. So you put that onto there, right? And then you move this up here. Or you can also thread it through there. We'll get back to that bit in a minute. Hang on. You should be able to grip that on there. Well, you need 3 hands for this. And I got hold of it, look, see, it's not going anywhere. Or you can put something through and then you can just push that through the hole that you've made, and that'll follow, okay? And it's not going to come undone, because no way will that's going to come undone, because that's really tight, that is. So that's really cool. Something for me to lose, I hope not. I need another book. I need some sort of a book to put these bits in, because I've got a couple of bits of thing that you use, for different things that I probably need in my sewing collections. So that was that. In here, I don't even know what's in these things, because it's been that long since I've bought them. I've got no idea what's in here. I think the green one there could be fabric. I've got a feeling it's fabric, that green one. I don't know what this one is, though. And my feathers. I've bought feathers. Look at this, people. I bought feathers. Oh, my goodness. Aren't they beautiful? My goodness gracious me. And they put a stick in there so we wouldn't bend them. Oh, and I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I seen them and I thought, oh my goodness me, look at them. Aren't they beautiful? Oh, wow. Feathers. Oh. Maybe I'm going to turn that over so it won't get stuck. And I knew that they weren't small, because that didn't matter. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Isn't that going to look nice in some stitching? It's going to have to look nice in stitching or something like that. It will. Oh, no. And they're all going to go facing the wrong way. I do have a box with some in, but I think they're not as beautiful as these. Look at these. Aren't they nice? I love the feathers. I do love the feathers. Now, that's not going to be good. I should put them in that end, shouldn't I? I might just put them into a bigger bag, the whole thing. And there's some pink ones. Look at these. Now, I would think I'm going to stitch that on something, right? On a page of a journal or something, or even in a... Well, I don't think I'd put it on anything else, because you need it somewhere that's going to be inside somewhere protected, doesn't it? They are beautiful, so I need to put them in a box. I do have some boxes, because I bought some the other day, and that was one out in the lounge room that should hold that. And this is a piece of material that I got. I think this is what this is. I think I only got one piece. I think it cost me about $5. Yep. Because I really liked it, and there was more different, there's same colours but different patterns on them. I wanted to see what sort of quality it was, because I'm paying $4 for those other ones that I bought here in Australia, here in Parks actually, and they are where have we got those sitting so I can show you what we're talking about, like this paisley one here I got. See these I got, and these cost me $4 a fat quarter, and this one here is a fair bit for $4. So that's a, oh, is this a fat quarter too? So you got, this is 1/2 metre. That's cool. And it is really nice fabric. Look at that. It is really nice fabric. Love that. Oh, might have to toddle over there and get some more of that. See, that only cost me $4. Now, that was a good price. I mean, you know, this is too. Let me see how much is in here. This is 1/4 metre. That's why it's called a fat quarter. And the way they cut it, that's doubled that way, right? Well, you can see. So that's double that one. It doesn't matter to me whether it's got a brand name or not. Actually, this is a little bit thicker, more. This is nice. This is really nice. You probably get twice as much, do you? You do. Yeah, you're getting twice as much because that's. Yeah, well, that's on AliExpress. Make sure that you read it and you pick the right one, though. Whatever you do, you know, don't go and just, because some of them, and that's fair enough, are not always the right thing. You have to pay a little bit of money, but I think $4 something for that is really good buy, and I'm sure that's what it was. I'll go and I'll check it after, but I'm sure that's how much it cost me, because I'm a little bit lousy when it comes to paying too much money for stuff. Oh, I'll say lousy. I don't like paying a lot of money for things, and I do love that. I do love that. Oh, I do love that. And see, then I've bought the other checks. I wonder what I'm going to do with them. We'll see. But anyway, so don't lose these in the meantime. So let me put those up there. So today we're going to make some fabric buttons, okay? Some calico ones. I've done this one here before, and I've done this one here before, long time ago. Oh, this button is a thing, as you can see. Okay, so I did a bit of a funny looking thing earlier, but I'm going to do this now and show you. I used the end of the cotton reel for a circle. It's covered in string. So that's about 1 inch. That circle there's about 1 inch. It's up to you what size, though, you want to make yours. And then, well, we are recording, thank goodness. Might have a mouthful of water. I'll show you how to do this one. And that one. I'll see how many I can get done before, because there's a few styles that I like to do. And I've lost the lid off my little glue pot here, and I'm trying to see it because it can't be too far away. I've just been sitting here for not that long this morning and can't see it anywhere. And it's a really gloomy day outside today in Australia, and it's not nice at all. And I'm late getting into the room because I dozed off again because I'm not sleeping. I'm going to have to start sleeping. It's a good idea to sleep for night instead of just sitting there doing nothing. Right, okay, so I can't see it. Anyway, I got my cotton. It's clear. It's clear. It goes on here, you know. Anyway, I couldn't get the glue out of that anyway, so it didn't really matter. But right, now I've get a bit carried away with the cut now, but it's okay. I've just chopped that out of there. I've got 2 thicknesses of fabric, okay. I should have got a little bit further over, but that's all right. So now I'm going to stitch around this outside bit here, okay? I'll stitch around this outside bit. Try not to make your stitches too big. Try and make them little tiny ones if you can. Little tiny stitches. They go through here. pick up both sides. So you want a reasonably thin piece of calico, because you can get a fairly heavy one, but you don't want it too thick. Okay. And you can make it as big or as small as you like. This size is good because we'll show you why anyway, so we're just going to keep going and you'll see how it works. You get different looks from different ways that you complete it, that's all. I'm still working on all those other bits and pieces, and that's good, isn't it? Oh well, I get a bit done, but not a lot. I'm not going to sleep this afternoon. I just cannot afford to have been asleep. It's nearly 11 o'clock. Well, I didn't wake up this morning till 11 o'clock after I got up at 8 o'clock, went out there and had me breakfast, and sitting there on the chair, and I was watching something and went to sleep. Because then I realised I'd been asleep. When I woke up, I knew I'd been asleep, of course, but oh dear, I didn't want that big lumpy bit there. I don't really want to cut that. I can cut a bit of it off. Can't find my little scissors. They're here on the table. I'm sure they're here on the table. Never mind. Definitely an incentive to tidy. So you don't want to go too close when you cut this out, okay? So I just did it roughly, but now I'm going to go around and leave as much as I can on the outside. I don't want to make a mistake and for it to come undone, okay? You don't want it to all come undone. Right. I did do a bit of tidying in here yesterday, just a tiny bit, because I was looking for something. When I found it, I stopped. So, I'm naughty, but you do this. So you pull that apart and back away from the front of it, or whatever, front from the back, whichever it is. Then you want to make a hole. You know when your scissors are no good, they won't cut with the tips of them. But see, those ones there are really old, I can tell by anyway, so now you're going to turn this through the right way. The smaller it gets, the harder it is to do this, but there's nobody panic because it's all right. Here we go. You're getting too pushy now. You're pushing it out, Sonya. Don't wreck it. Oh dear. Maybe my stitches still needed to be a bit smaller because the little bits of thread are coming through. There. Bits of the calico coming through the holes in between the stitches, you know. We need it to be round. Be careful when you're pushing it out, okay? Is it like a circle? Yes, it looks like a button, don't you reckon? Circle-ish. And see, then you're going to stitch around the edge of it. And first of all, you can get a piece of calico and put on the back, cover up the hole. They're going to fit. It'll be big enough. You have to be stingy with it. I've got a truckload of calico in this house. I just don't need to be stingy. It doesn't want it to be too big though. I'll put that on there first. You hop off there, Hugh. I hope that doesn't stick to the other side, but we'll just be careful. So I'm just going to stick that down. Hopefully it won't go through. So get your piece of cotton. I did this with a different colour, but I think I'd rather do it with the colours the same as the calico. You know, I've got the cotton the same colour because I'm going to do the stitching around the edge of it to make it look like this, you see, the button. Now if you can get them smaller, that's good, well and good. It's up to you. Trying to get that as round as what you can. Otherwise I should put the line on it. And we'll start at the back, there's no knot. And just make an edge around it. I'm stitching around the outside here. And I'm trying to pull it a little bit just to take it in so it has a little, you know, just make it so you can see that it's, oh dear, we've got a bit weird here, this piece, isn't it? I did draw a circle though so I could follow it, so I could get it right. So you can make your own buttons too by covering them with those things, but I think this is the best way to do it if you're putting it on some of your work, you know, because they're not high. This is nice and flat. The other ones that you'd make, that you cover, it'd be a little bit high, I think. They wouldn't be flat down with your work. It's up to you though, what you feel that you want to do. And hopefully, if you see this, if somebody sees it, they recognise it as a button. You think? I recognise it as a button. Because, I mean, once they used to have to make their own buttons, didn't they? And they did, and they made them. We'll see, I'm going to do a padded one in a minute. Show you. Padded one. Somebody said, I know it was Annie Claxton, I think that's her name, she said she had all these, or somebody did it, they had all these dark buttons. What do you do with all these dark colour buttons if you don't? It's really easy. You can paint them or you can cover them. Because that's what I'm going to show you how to do to make the calico one in a minute. It's not hard at all. People don't think, maybe once I wouldn't have thought of it either, to colour it in with some paint or to cover it with something. So this is my button here, look, and I'm going to, in the middle, I'll put some, there won't be a hole, and that doesn't matter, I don't need a hole. I'm going to just put a pretend, or we're going to pretend that we're sewing it down now by putting a few stitches through here, a few times so you can see it. And this, probably the centre's a good idea if you can. Get you in the centre. I'll be looking for me. I don't know if he wanted me for something. I don't know. He might have thought I was trying to call him in here. I see now that I can imagine I'm going through a bit of the glue now at the back, because you need to cover up the hole, and you don't want this to look like a perfect thing anyway. Well, you know what I mean. That's a button. Look at that. Where is it? You can't see it probably. Yeah. I can't see that. Well, I can't see that bit across the centre, but it looks to me like a bit of an old button. Okay, now I glue that on there. It'll stick down, and then you can sew that onto your piece of work. Okay, or get something smaller. So then you want one like this. Now this is really easy. This is what you do with the old buttons that you don't like. Maybe you shouldn't have anything too dark though. It just depends how thick your calico is. There you go, that's a good bit. I can't see that. Okay. All I need to do with that's quite easy. I'm just going to glue this on here, I think. Am I gluing you on? Why not? Yeah, this flat side here. Because I'm not going to... There's 2 holes in it, right? And eventually I'll find them again. If I glue this on, it'll make it a lot easier for me to cut it and sew it. Put that on there, like that. Actually, I would have liked it to have been flatter, but it's got a little lump, and that's all right. So now I'm going to put it. I'm not going to take it right to the edge when I take this across here. I'm trying not to put any glue in the middle. I explain myself. When I fold it, well, I don't have to do that. I'm just going to put one on top, eh? Just going to put a piece on top. You need an edge on this one because it's going to have a piece all around the outside. Righto. Cut that right off there. That might make it a bit easier for me to use. Right, now, it is a bit dark. And I don't know if I like that. Maybe I could put another piece of calico over the top, so it's not so dark. I'm going to for the top of it anyway. I can use the top or the bottom. This is what you can do with your old buttons you don't like the look of. Well, there's nothing wrong with that when I come it over, but anyway. I'm going to stick some more over this. While I'm going, I might as well. Right. Now, I've got my needle and I've got my cotton, and I'm going to get this, and I'm going to come up in between here somewhere to start with, right, because I don't want you to see me start off. Then I'm going to feel where the button is and go right next to it and go straight. When you put your thread down there, make sure it goes straight. Push your needle right against the button from the back and bring it up at the front from the back, and then do a back stitch, okay? Right, now do the same. Keep your needle right close to the button. You can feel it under there and go back down there, okay? Do a back stitch, go right up close, keep hold of it, make sure you got it as close as you can to the button, okay? You can make these any colour you like, I suppose, it doesn't matter. You don't have to make them like this. The calico ones that I've got, they're only small. I've got them here in box somewhere near me, in a couple of places actually. Oh, I know where they are now. It just occurred to me where they are. They're in a box. They're here. Wait a minute, I'll have to show you because sorry about this. But But I do know where I'm going. I know where I'm going with this. I do, because I know where they are. They're in there. So as old pieces of Spenderbuilt things. So these here are buttons that people used back in the whatever. Now they're a button too, see? And we could make some of those, but you know, that is probably made on there's a metal bit underneath that, and there's a lot of work on a machine would have did that, I'd imagine. You know, a big industrial machine would have did that. Okay, so we're going to back. Now, did I do this one the same? I did, yes. I did it back stitch. Maybe I didn't because I might have just went round then went round again, but you might as well do the back stitch while you're at it, because that way you'll get something. Okie dokie. I like this. I like this, how this one will turn out. And you can do the smaller sizes are easy to do as well. Not like this one. This would be a bit harder to do. But this one here, you can cover whatever size like that there. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I think that's the right side. It's a tiny little button in there. And even if you've got a whole heap of those the shirt buttons are very plentiful. You know, the white ones that are about, they're plentiful. So, you know, you could just cover them with fabric. They look awesome. You know, they will work really good. I think I like this one too. But keep your needle really close because you want to make sure you got this round. You want to look at like it's round because it's got to be round, okay? Try not to make your stitches too big there, Sonya. Okie dokie. Yeah, the weather's not too smart out there today. I thought I might go out, but I've got to go tomorrow, so I'm going to leave it till then. Don't know what I'm going to go and look for. Might be something out there I don't know I want. Actually, I need some foam core board to... I don't know where I'm going to get that from. I know I can get it at Spotlight, but... I don't think I want to do another shop for the moment. I've got other things I've got to buy. I've got to buy some more towels. Winter time is coming, but then we do have a lot of towels. But when you're using, and hubby washes every day, never fails, he washes every day. Sometimes when other ones get old, you use them for something else then, and floor rags, you mopping the floor, you just want them dry it with. Okay, so now we've got round there, like that. Now I can sneak up in under here while I've still got my thread, and I'm going to go looking for the holes. That should be fun. I got one. Look at that. Straight away. So where do you think the other one is? There? No, there. And just poke it till it sinks in, I suppose. Must be over this way, I reckon, somewhere. Look at that. There it is. Yeah, that's unthreaded. Get that back in there. Now there's glue on my string. I can feel glue on my string and my needle. It doesn't matter. If you come through from the back, the hole's pretty big, isn't it? And I'm not I've taken advantage of the whole thing. I need the whole look. I need that hole to stay there so you can see it. And it keeps closing in. Look at that. I do like that. I haven't finished yet though. We won't get excited yet. Don't get too excited. I wouldn't mind making a few of these. Sometimes there's things that you don't mind redoing. Cut that off. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to just get the back of the needle and wiggle it round in there, just to open that up a bit. Look more. It'll look better. I don't know if them little scissors are in anywhere. They're my good fussy cutting scissors actually, and I use them for everything now. So now be careful and cut around here close to the edge. But not too close. Now stay back a bit, stay back a bit. Try and get it level. Go careful. If you go careful, you won't have to redo it. If you think you're in a hurry, you'll muck it up and you'll have to redo it and it'll take you longer. Isn't that right? That's taken me a few years to learn. When you're trying to do something and you're in a hurry, there's just... It can muck up on you seriously. Now look at that, isn't that awesome? I do love that. I like it better than this one. But then again, what you're going to go for, see? It's what your style that you're after. Now I've got everything stuck to this. I just want to get those little bits of cotton off the table. Hope I didn't pick up a button. No, right. Now, we can do a padded one, because a padded one's not too difficult. Well, you could do it with something like this, right? I think I'm going to stuff mine. When I say stuff it, I think I'm going to stuff it with some wadding stuff too. That's what I'm thinking of doing. I don't know. So this is one of my favourites so far. I think I really like that. Well, see, I don't mind this one either, but where the holes were, I think it had 4 holes. And there was just, and maybe the ones with 2 is a better idea, because then you can see it open properly. I must have been in a hurry when I did that. It's not quite me idea. Now, I don't know, see, to make one of those, that's just a lot of fleeing about, and you can't, well, because you couldn't, because you're not a machine, and they stitch like this. I think you sew them on by using that part of it. You must do, because that's there's something in there. Oh no, there's not. It must be just all. There's got to be something in there. Yes, there's a ring. There's a ring around in that. Okay. Well, you can see, you can make them with the rings, the button. We can do a little padded one. If we don't get a bit of this calico. Cut a piece off here. Or tear a bit off or something. I'm just trying to make some, I might make some coloured ones, I guess, I don't know. With different fabric. The calico ones seem to be, what you need if you're doing something vintage or shabby chic style or something. You want a calico one. A real pale other colour would be nice, So let me see, do I want to, I just got to have a little rethink on this one. Do I want to put I could put one of those in it. I have boxes with those in it, don't I? With those little things in there somewhere. Let me circles. I do have circles. Let me see, what have I done with them? Sorry about this. I can see the big ones. I don't know, what have I done with them? I've got these ones, they're cut out that I've bought them because way back in the day, way back in the day, because I didn't fancy having to cut them out myself. No, that's terrible, isn't it? But anyway, I've got some also got die cuts buttons, and there's ones here that are handmade. So I've got these dies. These are cut out. That's a lot of work because you only get one of each thing, and then you need to build it up a bit, I think. You can use these sort of ones to cover it with, I guess. You cover those. I don't know what I did with those little white circles. Where are they? Doesn't matter. We could use a big one, I suppose, but that's just too much. That's just too big. They're not in here, are they? That's where I put my small bits of things if they'll fit in a box. No, not in there. Now what do I do with the box with those in? I hope I've got to put it back in here, don't I? Because next time I won't know where they are. Oh dear, how bad am I? Oh, here they are. So I don't know what I'm going to do with these, but something, one day. I don't know whether I don't think they've been used. I think they're just old because they've, been around since the year dot. Must be something we can make out of them, I'm sure. Anyway, I'll put these back in here, so I won't lose them. I'll put them back in there where the small bits go. That's where the small bits go. Now I can't use this because it won't be padding it up as far as I'd like it to be, and the colour's too dark. Right, I'll use this here. The only thing is though, we're going to have an issue with putting what to put in it, because there's no way that I can see some wadding to put in there. So maybe we just put something in to start with, eh? If I can get hold of it. If I can get hold of it. So you can pad your button up to start with. That'll be the idea. Because you can do this. Oh, look at this. Oh dear. Oh dear, I must have enough cotton to go around the world. Was all that straight? Oh dear, I hope I didn't put that too close to the edge. And I did make a little one in it later, Sonia. I might put that over a bit. But I'm going to leave the outside. I don't think I'm going to sew. I'm going to put this in between. Now this is a really thick piece of felt that I've got here. Really thick piece of felt. Bit of, I think it's felt. I don't think it looks like it, don't you reckon? Yes, it is. It's a very thick piece, so I'm just going to cut this bit here off here so I can show you how to do this. It's nothing hard, it's just mainly what we just did anyway, really. So you've got that piece. Now all you're going to have to do is sew around the felt. Then I don't know if I want the felt part sticking out, so I might have to cut it out smaller. Don't know, I'm going to have to, aren't I? You get carried away and just lose the plots on you. Okay. So I need my felt to be that size, and then I can put it in between it. Or do I just pat it like that? And the felt, no. Okay, take that out of there. Put this on here, put it in the corner, cut that round there. Smaller, so go to the inside of your righto. Now put this on here. Maybe I didn't need that line, because that's going to make a mark on it now, isn't it? Right, yes, it is. Not if I do this, it won't. So that is just barely in the edge, okay? Instead of using the button, you can just use the felt. And do it exactly the same way, I reckon. but it's not going to be as easy because it's a lot. It's not glued. So just let's have a go at this then. Starting the inside. You got enough there? Maybe I'll move it over a bit. Righto. So you have to feel where that is, where the felt is, and don't go through the felt. This is a way to learn which way you'd like to do things, isn't it? This is definitely a way to learn which way you want to do it, because just keep around here. The only sort of difference this is going to make to the button is that when you put the piece in the middle, your little cross, it'll look good. It'll look good, it won't make a difference. What am I doing here? I'm too close. I didn't mean to do that one. It's okay, nobody panic. Come really close to what I did. I can sort of see this when I'm going. I've looked through here. I'm still sticking to the edge. I think I do like the button the best, but it's just it's personal choice, isn't it? But I like this too, so it'll find its way onto something, I'm sure. It will find its way onto something. Slow stitching is a good place to put them. It is. You can put lots of things on slow stitching, but it's okay, good fun to make your own bits of what you want to put on there, isn't it? It's really good to make your own pieces. I don't think I've been on here too long. That one's a bit skew with. It's okay, it's a handmade button. It's a handmade one. Well, see, you can also make them with like doing your cardboard bits and sticking them together till they're thick enough, because I've made a lot of those in the past. Beads like that as well. Fabric beads I love making fabric beads. Geez, we could do a couple of those, couldn't we? How many time is going? I do like to make a fabric bead. And it's really weird, you know, all the nice ones that I make I seem to give away. It doesn't matter though, does it? It doesn't matter. You know, well, the nice ones, you know, if your favourites. Now, my stitches are getting a bit giant there. Stop it, Sonia. As long as it's a circle. He's not too bad. He's not too bad. I think the stuffed one looks good. This one, I mean, the one that you're turning around, it looks good. You could probably do that if you turned your piece. I had a bit of an idea there, just flew through my head. Just what you could do with that. But anyway, so find the centre, if you can find the centre, do your best and put up that through there. Through there, down there. I did a cross on that other one. I don't think I'll do that on this. Maybe I will, because it's probably a bit skew with. So let's do a cross it over, because you would have 4 holes. Let's pretend there's 4 holes in this one. And see, because this one I'm not turning through the right way, we could make that smaller. You know, you can make this smaller if you didn't turn it through, okay? it doesn't really matter about the back because the back's going to be against a piece of fabric. And because I tripped across there with that piece of cotton, personally I'd like to make them smaller because that's just how what I'd like doing, I suppose. This is crunching. Okay. It's big, but I'd rather it's smaller, but that's okay, we can do that. We can do the smaller thing, right? You know, you can do them smaller, you don't have to make them that big. But I think it looks really good. Yeah. And what did I say I was going to do? A bead. Have I got time to make a bead? Probably not. You get a straw, right? Because it was handy. You need a straw. That's the best way to start. You got the hole ready for you. And straws these days are stiff like this, look. It really is. Really good. So I'm going to cut that there. You think I could make this just off the top of my head and get it right? I'm going to get a calico one anyway. So I'm going to cut a strip of fabric. Got my straw. Cut a strip of fabric. The width of the straw. It could be a little bit over. Tear it now. I'll tear that. Actually, I might make a little one. That could be more fun. Whoops, there goes that bit. So we won't be using that after a minute till I find it there. I've got to tear this again. So you need a piece of torn calico is what you need. Definitely. And you wouldn't need that much, but we will have it anyway. Okay. You put your glue on. Probably because it's small, it might not be very significant, but it'll be right. It'll be right. Put that back on there. I need a drink of water really bad. I'm losing my voice and my throat's really dry. Still haven't recovered from this thing. It's still dragging along bits and bits of it. Still bits of it dragging along. Okay, so let's roll this up. Oh, little puss, go away, please. Jeremy, let him in the door, darling. Let him in. So I like the hairy look either side of this. A bit more glue. Stick that down. The other end's more fluffier, isn't it? Isn't this side? Pull it up here, make it a bit more fluffier. Now, what else can we put on this? Can't just leave it like that. But that's an instant bead, really, isn't it? You got a bead there. Got a hole in it, really good, so you can thread something through. Something else to put around that. I could put this over it, then it could cover it completely. We wouldn't be able to see what we were doing. Maybe that wouldn't matter. Lace, a bit of lace. Nice bit of lace. That'll work. Now I'm going to get some needle and thread though, because I don't want to put any more glue on that, because I'm going to put some beads on this. Some beads on this. I'll have some nice little pearly ones here. Oh, the pink's nice. I do like those. Where's the needle? Here we go. Around the corner of the needle. Won't matter. Put a bit of this on. This is a quick bead. But see, you can thread them with something else, other beads or whatever, onto your work. You could actually put something through the centre of it. So I'm going to use this needle to fasten this bit of lace on here. And it doesn't matter if it goes a tiny bit skew with. Actually, I can cut a bit off there, hey? There's too much lace. And you put a bead on and sew the lace on at the same time, okay? Just go through all your layers of everything. And there you go. You can have a beaded bead. So you can put it through something. Put it on your piece. Work. Must have met up with a bit of what's the name there? Bit of glue there. Every way you go through, just pick up another bead. So I hope this is in the shot. Probably can't see what I'm doing anyway because it's only tiny. It's only small, but it's also. They're pretty colours though. They look good. And then we can do a buckle. Getting carried away now, aren't we? Oh dear. Oh, thank you for everybody for your lovely comments. And for the lovely lady, her name, I can't remember, darling, for thank you so much for your support to my channel, for your donation. I really appreciate that. We won't be having much this time because we're down on our videos because I was sick.